The finish line for the completion of I-69 from Evansville to Indianapolis is in sight, with 5 of the 6 sections now complete. The 15-year project has decreased travel times and made southwestern Indiana more accessible, but for some, construction of the interstate meant the loss of land and access. Ethan Sandwise has this report.
I-69 will be complete by the end of 2024, according to the Indiana Department of Transportation. Construction has taken 15 years and cost around $4 billion. At times controversial for construction delays and environmental costs, some formerly frustrated Hoosier commuters are excited for the final product.
It's so fast and it's so convenient, and I don't mind it at all now, because now the fear is gone, it's beautiful, it's easy.
Kathleen Hardy-Hansen rides I-69 daily for her job at the Indiana Institute on Disability and Community. She says delays used to get in the way, but now it's easier to commute for her job and her family.
I personally have a 28-year-old son who has cerebral palsy, so if I can get him out and about in the community, that's really great.
5 of the 6 sections of road between Evansville and Indianapolis have been completed. Kylie Kramer is the Public Relations Director for INDOT at Greenfield. She says all that remains is a section in Johnson and Marion counties and parts of the I-465 interchange.
The feedback that we've been getting is overall really exciting. With this project in general, I think if you took a look at the website and our community outreach, has been overwhelmingly amazing.
I-69 is part of a national highway intended to connect Canada to Mexico through 7 states. But Kramer says INDOT's focus is the impact on Indiana.
It allows our Bloomington students to come to Indianapolis in a faster route and a more efficient, and people can trust that their kid is going to be getting to and from Indianapolis safe. And if that's all it does at the end of the day, I know that we'd be happy with that.
But for some Hoosiers, I-69's legacy will be remembered as one of destruction. Joe Jackson raises horses on a farm north of Bloomington. His wife grew up here, and it became his home as well when they got married in 1971. Together, they built a house on the 80-acre lot.
Had a lot of, meaning to us. It's just not like buying something. I mean, you actually build it. And then, of course, when they come through, it just really took a turn.
Jackson remembers the day INDOT came to his home and told him they would build an I-69 access road straight through his property, cutting it in half.
Well, they come down, sit down at your table, and then they basically just go over everything and basically just tell you what they're going to take and give you the proposal. And like I said, you got 30 days to accept it or not accept it. And we didn't accept it.
Kramer says INDOT prioritizes community engagement, but the state and property owners don't always see eye to eye.
Some conversations are harder than others, of course, especially when it comes to farmland and things of that nature. But at the end of the day, we do have those conversations. So we're not just going to plow through someone's farmland without them at least knowing about it.
Jackson was compensated for the acres he lost, but says he incurred damages from a drainage ditch INDOT constructed through his yard. He says he reached an out-of-court settlement with the state.
It just kept washing out and washing out. I kept putting rock there and trying to stop it. And when they first did it, our basement actually flooded 2 or 3 times.
Construction has ended, but Jackson misses the quiet nights he used to enjoy and says he feels unsafe taking his horses across that access road between his pastures.
Of course, the speed limit is 40 miles an hour. Of course, nobody does the speed limit, so when they come around that curve, it's kind of a blind curve. So if you start across the road, and a car comes around there you are. You're in the middle of the road and you just hope that they see you.
Jackson and his wife now spend most of their time in Madison, Indiana, but his granddaughter and great-granddaughter live on the farm. Despite the new road, he says he's glad he can pass it on to them. Jackson understands that I-69 will improve things for many Hoosiers, but he wants commuters to understand what his family went through.
If the people that's actually in the part that loses the property and stuff like that, they really don't have any idea how traumatic it is to them. And it is pretty traumatic, really. It really is.
For Indiana News Desk, I'm Ethan Sandwise.
INDOT estimates that when completed, the final phase of the project between Martinsville and Indianapolis will save commuters 11 minutes.